I'm going to show you how to disassemble and clean a Glock magazine. This will work for any and all makes and models of the Glock magazine. They all have the same base plate and they all come apart the same way. And so what we're going to need here is a pretty strong punch. You could use a small screwdriver as long as it's going to fit into this hole here. So the problem with the Glock magazines to come apart is there are these little catches, these little plastic catches in here, little plastic ears on both sides that keep the base plate from sliding off. Most magazines, you just press in the base plate pin and it slides right off. 1911 magazines, Smith & Wesson M&P magazines, they all seem to come apart that way, but Glock, I guess you could say they're a little bit more secure, so it's not that big of a deal. So what you want to do is get your punch and just push it in pretty far. This punch is as far as it goes, and that's plenty. So it's kind of lined up. So you can pinch right here and right here. That will help it come off. You don't absolutely have to do that, but the base plate is going to come off this way. So if you just kind of grab it like this, pinch it if you want, and we're going to lever it down like that. You hear a click, and now it's released. It released it from those ears, as you can see. Now there is a spring, so you don't want to go any further until you put your thumb over top of here, and then you can pull this out almost all the way and just catch the edge of that, or you can grab it with your finger and just pull out the rest of the way. Now you can see what happened in here. The spring comes out. The base plate, which was sitting like this, when we pushed the punch in there, we forced it down inside. We had a surface leverage, so it kind of worked out well. Works out good like that. So there's your base plate. Now here's your spring that comes out. Your follower, which it always says the caliber right here. It says 9mm. This just kind of snaps in right there. So if you wanted to take that apart to clean it, you can. Just kind of snaps in place. Can't really get that wrong. Alright, so what I do to clean, but I'm going to use original gun oil. This is safe to use on polymers and synthetics, plastic, any gun material, but I'm not going to put but a small couple of drops on this rag, and I'm just kind of going to use that to clean the inside just a little bit, and push a rag through there just to get any loose crud in there. Do that a couple of times. You can wipe the outside, but you want to wipe the oil off as well. You don't want slippery magazines. And then take the oil, the little oil spot there, and just kind of just wipe your spring down. Just wipe down the whole spring. Clean your follower real good. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I already kind of just did this a few minutes ago. Clean your base plate. Wipe off the excess oil if there is any. Just want to use it to get it a little bit clean. Alright, now to put it back together, the follower goes in this way. The fat part of the follower is in the back like that, and this part with the little catch in the front goes in the front of the magazine like that. So just push it in. You want to hold it this way. Your base plate is going to end up like this, so it kind of sits. Spring sits in that little ridge there. Get it so it pushes down in. Put your thumb over there. It's going to hold it in place. Take your base plate. Push this pin down far enough so you can slide this over top. Once you catch it, you can remove your thumb. And then at this point, push it on, snaps in place, pin pops back up, and you are good to go. What I like to do to test my magazines and to test my gun after disassembly is I take some dummy rounds or snap caps and I'll put them in the magazine and I'll put it in the gun and I'll just make sure that it cycles. So I'm going to do that now. There is no better way to test the proper function of your magazines and the proper cycling of your firearm, Glock or not, than to get some snap caps or dummy rounds, which I've got 5 in here. I loaded them into this magazine, verified that there's no live ammo in this gun or anywhere around. Going to load the gun with dummy rounds, and I'm just going to simulate firing the gun by racking the slide briskly. You got to do it briskly or they're going to get stuck, just like it would be when you're shooting. And make sure all of those rounds eject and are extracted and ejected out of the gun, like so. And at the end, when you're empty, the slide should lock back. Alright, that shows that everything's working. If you like this video, please subscribe or at least hit the like button below. Thanks for watching.